Hello, I'm Katie Whitwer, and this is my coworker, Paige Larson, and she's going to help lead the discussion as I discuss scenarios 3 and 4. Scenario 3 is about a teacher, and she is disclosing confidential information about one of her students to her neighbor that does not know the student personally.
So with scenario 3, what possible issues and concerns might this scenario raise?
Well, the teacher is hurting her own reputation as an educator, the student's reputation, and the school's reputation.
So how could this situation become a violation of the law, the code, or other school district policies?
The teacher is not following Standard 1, professional conduct, Standard 2, trustworthiness, Standard 8, maintenance of confidentiality, and NEA's Principle 1, commitment to the student. She is disclosing confidential information that is only to be discussed with an administrator or the student themselves.
So in this situation, what are some potential negative consequences for the teacher, for the students, and for the school community?
Misty will lose her respect as an educator as a whole, and the student will lose their inspiration and motivation as they try to just reach their full potential. The school's community's reputation is also hurt greatly by having teachers talk badly about their students and just not believing in them as far as their academic achievement goes.
So what responses or actions will result in a more positive outcome, and what proactive measures might be considered?
Well, the neighbor could directly confront the teacher and say, I understand you're frustrated, but it may not be best for you to release this information to me, but rather discuss it with a student directly or with your administrator. And if the teacher, Misty, continues to talk about other students with her neighbor, the neighbor could directly contact her administrator and share that she is releasing confidential information about students within the school, and they do not believe that it is the most professional conduct.
So with that being said, what are some strategies or alternative actions a teacher could employ to address a situation such as this?
Misty needs to address her frustrations about the child's behavior and academic performance with her mentor or the math coach or an administrator one-on-one. Also, another thing that she could do is just have a conference with that student and their parent discussing what they can do to help that child reach their full potential in math. Now, we will be discussing scenario 4, which is about a teacher, and he teaches 5th grade, and he is in a school that has a very large ELL population. The teacher is struggling to find strategies to meet the ELL students' needs and is discussing his struggles in a meeting with other coworkers. The coworker shares how she, as a teacher, just puts those students in front of computers and has them stay on the computer until the ESL teacher takes them out of the classroom to work with them later in the afternoon. And this is done during reading instruction time.
Okay, so with scenario 4, what possible issues or concerns might this scenario raise?
Other teachers and administrators will question how this teacher is doing all that they can to meet that student's specific needs, and what that teacher is doing to be proactive and providing a variety of strategies to help them in reading. And also the administrators will be aware that these teachers in a school with a large ELL population are in need of professional development to enhance their knowledge on strategies to meet ELL student needs.
So how could this situation become a violation of the law, the code, or other school district policies?
In this meeting, Mr. C's coworker is not following Standard 1, professional conduct, because he or she is not encouraging and supporting colleagues. They are also not following Standard 4 by not creating and supporting and maintaining a challenging learning environment. Lastly, they are not following NEA's Principle 1 because she is excluding the ELL students from the reading program by just putting them in front of a computer rather than working with them in a whole group setting or a small group or individually.
So in this situation, what are some potential negative consequences for the teacher, for the students, and for the school community?
For the teacher, the administrators may question the effectiveness of that teacher's instruction, and the ELL students' academic progress and achievement is really just being hurt in a way because they're not getting what they need as far as just progressing and developing in reading skills. And because of the high ELL population, the school needs to provide a numerous amount of professional development opportunities for all teachers to participate in.
So what responses and actions will result in a more positive outcome? What proactive measures might be considered?
Well, Mr. C could ask another teacher for their input and advice on what he is struggling with. Mr. C could independently research ELL strategies that he could incorporate into his classroom, and he could share those with his coworkers. The administrators could also provide professional development opportunities for their teachers in the school.
And lastly, what are some strategies or alternative actions a teacher could employ to address a situation such as this?
Before the meeting, Mr. C could have met individually with the ESL teacher and shared his concerns and asked them what they did one-on-one with that student and what they could do in a whole group, small group, or individual setting with their ELL students. Mr. C could also discuss with his administrators his concerns and once again just ask them what he can do to help meet these students' needs. Thank you for listening.